While it's known that Marky Ramone took over for Tommy Ramone in the primal punk band The Ramones, he also crafted his punk drumming style in the Voidoids prior to Johnny, Joey, and crew enlisting his services. Now with the re-release of Dust, fans will quickly discover that he equally had a hand in crafting American heavy metal as well. Fans will hear a different side of Marky's drumming on Legacy's re-release of the first 2 Dust albums. He said that members of the Ramones came to see him when he was in Dust, which gave them a nice scouting report when it came time to replace Tommy.
No, well, Johnny always told me that him and Dee Dee would come to the Village Gate, and anytime we did play the Cafe A Go-Go, that they would be in the audience. I didn't know them yet then. That was 3 or 4 years before the Ramones even thought of starting a band. But Johnny would always say, I love the leather jacket you were wearing in the back, and I love the brick wall with the skeletons in the front. So I looked at it closely, and then I looked at their first album cover, and I went,
While Marky, known then as Mark Bell, had his hand in each, there was a time that metal and punk were at opposite ends of the spectrum, and fans had to pledge their allegiance to one or the other.
Well, we did a show. The Ramones did a show at Black Sabbath. I think 2 of them. One was in San Bernardino. It was billed as punk versus heavy metal, you know? Meanwhile, metal was around for years already, at least a decade longer than, well, I wouldn't say a decade long. I'd say 6, 7 years longer than punk. So they amassed more people. So when we did go on and play, after the first 3 or 4 songs, they started pelting us with coins and whatever they had on them to throw at us. We stopped, gave them the finger, and walked off. But then as time went on, as punk became more accepted, a lot of the metal bands loved what we were doing.
Marky Ramone's Blitzkrieg has enlisted the one and only Andrew W.K. as a frontman to blast through 34 Ramones songs, with the initial tour date May 3rd at Santos Party House in New York City, which Andrew W.K. also owns. The band will tour the world with most of the dates in May and October. See MarkyRamone.com or AndrewWK.com for tour dates.